Hey guys, it's Bishozzy and welcome to episode 6, our first episode here for the 3-leaguer. Now I'm really excited. Obviously, we've had to make a lot of transfers to the sort of original Berlin Dynamo team. There are a few players that are still left over. Most of them are sort of either on the bench or they're sort of on the peripheral of the squad. First things first, mentioned in the last episode, we did go professional, going up to 3-leaguer. So now players are on full-time contracts coming in. The bank balance was an interesting one. Obviously, last episode, we were just over that million in the red mark. We got a new chairman via elections, and then the new chairman actually pumped 550,000 into the club. I'm assuming that's just because we're so far in debt and it was sort of just running costs. As you can see, we've got a little bit of profit as a result so far for this season. You can sort of see where that actually occurred. So that's the big jump. We're still heavily on the decline as far as that goes. So it's a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, if we can get out of 3-leaguer, I don't think it'll happen this season. If it does, it's a miracle. We will take it. But my main goal is just to stay out of those bottom 5 positions, because 5 teams will get relegated this season, and we are one of the favourites. So that's the main goal. We'll get into transfers straight up. Lots of transfer activity, as you can tell by the title of this video. We'll start with the outs. I mentioned it quite a few times. Chris Reher. Very good player. He's now gone to 1860 München or Munich. And as a result, we will now potentially be facing him once we come up against them in the league. Great player, played really well in centre of defence last season. But as a result of that, I've essentially replaced both centre backs with people of better quality, if that makes sense. It was sort of inevitable. You need to strengthen your defence and potentially your goalkeeper, which I've also done once you get promoted. So we'll go over that. Honourable mentions, we got Dedides, the Greek player. Didn't really play for us. Went out to a second division Greek team in Athens, so fair play to him. And then we also let Dominic Duncan go, the American. He went to Miami FC. We also loaned 2 of our own players out. We loaned out El Abed. He's not going to get any game time. We signed a new left back, so therefore he falls down sort of into 3rd in the pecking order, as he was backup last season. Didn't play much. Goes out on loan to a Tunisian first division club. That's pretty cool. And then the other one out on loan was Florian Baker, who did play a little bit last season. Actually only played the one game. And he was pretty terrible. So he's back in the Regional Liga Sudwest, which is interesting as well. All right, now we go to the ins. This is the part you've probably all been waiting for. Free transfers galore. We even got a free loan as well. Here we go. Okay, so starting off with Joey Muller. He's going to be our new left back. He's not exactly natural there, but he's accomplished. He's got all the right stats for it. He's solid defensively, solid going forward, good natural fitness, and good stamina and pace. He's all round just a really solid wing back. 1.8k is not too expensive either, and we've tied him down to a pretty long contract, as he's only 23 years old. So a little bit of potential there for him to improve, as you can see, rated a 3.5 star current ability player for us, so we will take that. Up next, we've got a signing from Energy Cottbus, our rivals, one of our main rivals last season. I think they did finish 4th in the end. And that's Dominic Pelivan. Really solid centre-back. Lacking a little bit of pace. Some mentals as well. Probably not the smartest or most composed player in the world. But he's really good technically. And I feel like as far as a centre-back goes, you know, the lack of pace he makes up for in agility and acceleration. He's tall enough where his strength and sort of jumping reach isn't really going to play too much of a factor in the way he defends, I feel like. He's good enough. 750 per week wages is ridiculous. So very happy to get him on a 2-year contract. Up next, the other centre-back I mentioned. This one's Michel Leader. He's actually going to be our new vice-captain. He's better than the previous guy. However, he's going to play a different role. So he's going to be our ball-playing centre-back. Got slightly better passing, a little bit of technique on him. His mentals are a lot better, and then his physicals, he's got the good jumping reach, he's got the good strength, albeit his wages are 3.2k a week. But then again, he's a 3.5-star important player in his prime years for us. So we'll take it. We'll take it for what it is. And like I said, new vice captain. Up next, we got Tom Mickle, our new goalkeeper, 35-year-old. So definitely not going to be sticking around for too long, probably. But he's a really good option. More or less the best that I could find. There was another guy I was going in for. I actually wanted to bring both of them in. But there were some issues where our current contracts hadn't ended, and then I was still trying to sign more players within the same wage budget where the other players that we were letting go still counted towards. So I think after all that wage got freed up, we had like 20,000 left in wages to then spend on further players. But we missed out on the other goalkeeper. I'm happy with Mikel. He was probably going to start between the two of them anyway, because the other guy was slightly not as good, but a bit younger. So happy with him. Really good mentals. Lacking a little bit as far as pace. The next player from Schalke is Nelson Amadin. A nice little inside forward on that right-hand side. Again, only 23, 1.2k per week wages. He's not going to set the world alight, but I think he's going to be better than Molina. If not, we've got Molina, and we've got other options that we can potentially look at as well. So he'll start probably for the season, and then I think we'll sort of judge his performances as we go. Up next from Steinbach, we got Mick Gudra. Originally, I signed him for the shadow striker role to replace the obviously outgoing, what's his name, Wiesbacher, whatever his name is. He's left, unfortunately. I was going to show you that. Surprisingly, actually, if we go all transfers and go free, surprisingly, he's not there. That's weird. He definitely left, so I don't know why that hasn't shown us there. His contract just expired. So anyway, again, it's probably not a transfer, so that makes sense. But Gudra was signed for that role. I'm going to retrain him as a deep line playmaker support. And that'll just free up the midfield a little bit more and add a little bit more quality. Again, a little bit of room for potential. He's only 23 years old. Expensive on 3.3k a week, but all these players that are of that high quality, they're all sort of going for that type of money. So yeah, the next one we got in from Eintracht Frankfurt was Bukians. Again, sort of younger player, 24, 750 per week in wages. At the moment, we're just trying to consolidate while adding little bits of quality. And again, he's just more a backup AMC than anything. And he's a bargain. So happy to get him in. Good pace, a little bit of passing, good sort of mentals for that shadow striker role as well. Up next, we got two players that I'm very, very happy with. They are going to be our Montenegrin duo, first of which is Bojovic. We'll go with Bojovic, the striker. 23 years old, looks absolutely incredible for this level. He is already touted as the top goal scorer in 3-leaguer. Put it into perspective of how good this guy actually is. Again, 3.5 star, 1.4k per week on wages with a 2-year contract. We're laughing. We're laughing. I don't even think he has a proper relegation. He has a relegation release clause, but not a proper release clause as well. So if clubs come sniffing, we can try and get as much money out of him as we possibly can. So super happy with Bojovic. And then his Montenegrin partner, 22-year-old. I'm not too sure how to pronounce this guy's name. I think it's Dublevic. We'll go with Dublevic. And again, he'll be that AMC shadow striker. As you can see, lacking a little bit of maybe finishing and composure, but everything else, technically, he's pretty sound. Got a little bit of pace on him as well. 1.2k per week for him as well. Bargain. Absolute top quality player. And our Montenegrin duo is hopefully going to come up with a hell of a lot of goals and assists this season. And that would actually make it would make this season, really. And they're probably going to be one of the reasons why we should be staying up in the league. The next player on loan for 0 wages is Tela Villalobos. Again, just wanted to get another goalkeeper in just in case. He's on a backup loan. And like I said, 0 wages. He's good enough, 19-year-old. Probably won't play, not too fussed. Got him available for the under-19s. And the final player we brought in just a couple of days ago is Julian Stark. Now, he looks really good. He's got 4.5 star potential ability, but 19 determination, really good pace, good passing, good going forward, and he's versatile. He can play AMC. He plays, midfield center naturally. He also plays right back. So, looking at his stats, he can play all 3 of those positions and probably play them better than a lot of other people in the actual team. So, he's not match fit, so probably won't start today, but he will come off the bench in some capacity. Again, expensive, 3.1k a week. It is what it is. Alrighty, so they're the transfers. We'll quickly go over preseason. I tried to book as many friendlies with bigger teams in order to try and raise funds. I think in total we probably raised about 150,000, which really isn't that much. And considering how bad some of the results are, they're bad results, but they're not terrible results considering who we're versing. So we started off with a 1-1 draw against Stuttgart. We then versed our former rival in Jena, beat them 4-0, lost 3-0 to St. Pauli, lost 3-1 to Cologne, lost 3-2 to Schalke. We actually beat Dynamo Dresden, so our sort of Dynamo rival club in Germany. And then finally, last friendly, we lost 2-0 to Eintracht Frankfurt. So up and down, not great results. They're friendlies. I did it sort of to test the money a little bit. I don't know if it was totally worth it. So yeah. Anyways, leaves us with today's lineup. We're going to be taking on Gladbach 2 to kick off the 3-league season. And this is something we have to look at. So we need a minimum of 4 under 23 domestic players in the squad. And it looks like we're not currently meeting that. I'm pretty sure it just needs to be the players on the bench. So that loan move for Villalobos is actually a really, really good loan signing. Having him as the backup on the bench gives us those 4 under 23 players. So it works. We're going to keep the youth player. I mentioned him in the last episode as well. And Nor, he's going to just stick on the bench. We actually can play him now. So as you can see, he's 16 years old. The league rules are a little bit different. 3-leaguer, you can actually sign non-EU players. So we could go to Argentina, we could go to Brazil, and potentially get some quality going forward as well. Anyway, the lineup, Mikkel, the new goalkeeper, in goal. We've got Carle, the usual right back. He's going to start the season, but like I said, Julian Stark, versatile. He might take his starting role. We then got the two new centre-backs, Leader and Pelivan. Ben Meyer is going to start this game, I think. Actually, no, he's not. The new bloke, Muller, is going to start. Gudra is going to be our deep lying. Seebeck is going to slot over into that new role where he's going to play as box to box. Again, we got Stark. He can come on as the DLP. And then our new winger, Amadin, is going to be on the right. Jublovic is going to be in the centre. And then Susek remains. Just coming back from an injury for Susek as well. Hence why he's not match fit. But he's back for the start of the season. Hopefully he can actually put in a decent shift this season as well. He is of this quality, so that makes me happy. It's one less thing to sort of worry about. And then Bojovic up top, expecting a lot of goals from him. The bench day is going to be Tellez, Villalobos, Liebelt, Meyer, Stark, Bukyans, Buzan still around, Molina, Anor, and Huther. So let's jump into Gladbach 2. Some really good players in these reserve teams, these second teams. Of course, we got Gladbach. I think Leverkusen's in here as well. And Dortmund's actually in this league as well. So, actually, I think even Bayern might be in here. I'll have to double check. Some very, very good second teams. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for sure. We do have a highlight here though. Again, it's probably going to take some of these players a little bit longer to sort of get used to the tactic, get used to being at a new team as well. Takes a little bit of time to settle. And there we go. Gladbach 2 get the opening goal. Apparently, he's scored on debut as well, so fair play to him. I'm just going to ease Seebeck off. I'm under no disillusion that some of these games are just going to be absolutely brutal, and they're going to be very difficult. It's very easy to get carried away in the regional Liga because some of the teams are so weak. Well, compared to what we were sort of doing at the top of the table. Anyway, we've got a really good opportunity, and Jublovic has got the opening goal of our 3-league campaign. The Montenegrin, well, the duo, but Jublovic this time as that shadow striker, getting the opening goal and his first goal for the club as well. I was expecting to be Bojovic, so that's an interesting one. Happy with the equaliser. Come on, boys. I'd really love to get a result from this first game. A draw, I'd be happy with. Our next game's actually in 3 days' time. So the schedule's going to be a little bit different. I need to make sure I get used to that. I praise the boys. Like, that's a half-decent performance. And they're all unhappy. So I don't really understand that, but anyway. We're actually playing pretty well. Fair play. If they think they can do better, then hopefully they actually do. They can prove me wrong. But Gladbach are coming forward here again. They just head that over our bar. Good to see Amadin with the assist there. I was a little bit unsure of him because I was kind of like trying to suss out right wingers. Didn't really find anyone sort of available, which was a little bit frustrating. I am going to bring Uzan on for Bojovic. And I think we'll leave it like that for now. Let's go Stark for Gudra. Make a double change. Hopefully Stark can do something despite not being match fit. And Susek has taken a knock. I might take him off as well. And we'll go for Molina. Yeah. Yeah, just Susek's coming back from that injury. I don't particularly want him to get re-injured again. Stark to Akale. Crosses it in the box. Molina hits the post. Damn. We actually haven't played too bad. Come on, boys. Stark. Lieber. We give the ball away. That's a little bit frustrating. That's a dangerous ball over the top, and it's a second goal there for Gladbach too. Yeah, this is this is a ball over the top, and we just haven't dealt with it. We're going to cop a loss here. That's unfortunate. That's rough. I think we kind of deserved a draw from that. That's a little bit frustrating. A little bit frustrating. But again, like I said, this season, it's going to be tough. We want to stay positive about where we're going to sort of end up. But we need to be realistic at the same time. So don't want to get carried away. We're just going to advance here. It's only another 2 days' time, and it processes very quick. And we're taking on Waldorf away from home. Probably a team we can beat. Worth mentioning that. So I'm looking for a big performance here. And there we go. Goalkeeper injury. So luckily I got an extra goalkeeper. Really know who to play, actually. Yeah, because he's not available for it. We'll go with Bakke for this game. I mean, we depended on him last season, and he got a lot of clean sheets. All right. Any changes? Maybe Muller? Excuse me. Let's go Muller for Ben Meyer. He was pretty terrible, and then we have that sort of link up between Meyer and Susek. Yeah, I mean, we'll give him another opportunity. Good to see that Susek isn't actually out injured. Probably the right decision to bring him off the pitch. So only that one change, or one forced change, one chosen change. And hopefully the boys can just go out there, play without pressure, get the job done, get a couple of goals, and keep a clean sheet. Is that too much to ask? I feel like it's not. Come on, boys, let's go. We need a win. Need to kick the season off right. I know we lost last game, but we can get a win here. All is forgiven. We carry on. We got 5 shots. None on target yet, but we're looking good. So keep it going. Keep it going. Jublovic looks like he might have taken a knock as well. We got a couple of yellows as well. I might ease them off. So Meyer and Gura. We do also have a highlight. Not for us though, which is frustrating. And that's going to be a goal. Oh, that's rough. Hits a crossbar and then gets his own rebound. And it looks like Akale might be at fault for that one potentially. So frustrating, but what can I do? What can I do with those ones? What can I do? And Gudra just gives a ball away in midfield. It's tempting. I want to take him off. Just based on that. That was terrible. Again, he's not natural in the position, so I need to sort of keep that in mind. What is that pass? From Maya. Maya was a bit of a rock last season. Giving the ball away like that. Dangerous. These crosses are very dangerous. Oh, that's an easy header. This is what I'm talking about. The crosses. We're just not dealing with them. And we do have a bit of size in there with I think Leader. I think Leader's one that's got a bit of strength and a bit of size. And yeah, 2 shots on target. Batgay's on a 6.1, which is beyond ridiculous. But anyway. And yeah, we looked all right, and then we've literally fallen apart at the seams. Come on, boys, let's go. Get one back. We're just giving the ball away. That's not what the tactic is. Very frustrating. I feel like there's going to be a lot of that this season. If you're in the mood to see me get frustrated and pissed off, you're probably going to enjoy this season. Because I feel like we're relegation favourites. So in saying that, it was always going to be tough, but I don't know if some of our players are up to scratch. Let's go Liebelt for Akale. Uzan for Amarden. And yeah, Stark for Gudra. Tackle harder, we'll put that back on. I wanted a positive game for this one. I felt like we could have won. Herman's going to get a hat-trick. It's disallowed. It's offside. Herman's only scored 1. Why did I think he scored the other one too? I don't know. They were within 2 minutes of each other, so that's probably why. And I've made 3 changes already. I don't really want to change the team too much more. I mean, the players that have come on have actually outperformed the players that were already on the pitch, which is ridiculous. But yeah, Liebelt with a 6.9, Stark with a 6.8, and they've almost scored a 3rd goal there. I don't know. It's a 4-4-2. We're getting destroyed by 2 strikers up top. It seems like they've got 2 big strikers. They've got 2 wingers, easy crosses, and we're just not dealing with it. Either we're not dealing with it, or they're just a bit stronger, a bit bigger, and just potentially have better heading ability. I mean, also worth mentioning that most of our sort of midfield, apart from Stark, as he sets up a goal there for Susek, come on, boys, get one more. Get one more. I'll take a draw, and we'll move on. But yeah, very impressed with Stark there. That was a solid ball. Based on that, purely on that, he's going to start the next game. I think Gudra's been pretty average, to say the least. Stark's running the midfield at the moment. Seebeck's out on the right wing for some reason. And we've got the 2nd goal. Uzan, the hero, one of the heroes from last season. And we're back at 2-2 in the 80th minute. Thank you. Thank you, Julian Stark. And Uzan. Uzan came on as well. And everyone else, well, except for Liebelt, as well, I guess. Susek scoring. Everyone else was trash. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm happy we got the draw. We at least got a result from this episode, which is positive, sort of. But yeah, it's concerning. It might be a sign of things to come. And yeah, we do have Bayern Munich's second team in there as well. Hoffenheim's, Freiburg's, obviously Gladbach, and then Dortmund as well. But we can beat Dresden. So if we can beat Dresden in a friendly, they won their first game. I'm sure we can beat other teams of their ilk, like Waldorf. I don't understand why we struggled so much there. Oldenburg, that should be a win. They came up this season with us as well. Lübeck should be a win. Ulm as well, that should be a win. There are wins there. And then there are also some very good teams. So, yeah, teams like Bielefeld, Ingolstadt, they're going to be tough. Duisburg. Yeah, there are some really good teams. Anyways, guys, that is going to wrap up the episode. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed this episode. Lots of transfers. I mean, some not so great results, but we got a draw. We'll take it. I'm happy with that. Subscribe to the channel as well. We also have channel memberships now as well. If you just want to give a little bit extra back to the channel, obviously trying to up the quality a little bit with thumbnails. Obviously, the microphone quality is a little bit better now as well. But yeah, appreciate all that. Apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.